Oakland is stealing baseball back, and they're doing it in broad daylight.
You are Locked On A's, your daily Oakland A's podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey there, it's Wayne Coy, host of Locked On A's, your daily podcast all about the Oakland Athletics and sometimes about other teams too. We'll tell you about that in just a second. But first, we got to let you know that this episode is brought to you by FanDuel. They want to make every moment more, and you can do it with FanDuel. Right now, new customers get a great deal. You put a $5 money line bet down, and you win. If you're a brand new customer, it's $150 in bonus bets for you. What a great way to get into the NFL season, of course, which is in full swing. Visit FanDuel.com/lockedon, and you'll get all the details there, and you can join up and start having fun with FanDuel. Having fun is what we do. Back with another episode. My name's Wayne Coy, lifetime Oakland Athletics fan, East Bay native. Happy to be here every day talking about the A's. And yeah, sometimes something altogether different. And that would be the case for today. Because as you heard there in the headline, Oakland is stealing baseball back. You know all about the A's. Are you ready for the B's?
Has done everything it can to cause division between the team and the fan base.
Just go up and move to Vegas and blame the city of Oakland for all of their problems. It's just lies.
It kind of just feels like a slap in the face.
People are tired. The fans are tired of being battered and bruised.
Oakland is a city that has been counted out since the beginning. We talk about the social relevance, how Oakland represents and always shows up.
Oakland, it's about culture, it's about hip-hop, it's about resistance. Oakland has so much beautiful history of folks coming together to fight back. The reality is, folks don't know about the spirit of the town.
You know, everyone counts Oakland out, but Oakland is resilient. They think that they own baseball. They think that they own green and gold. But we were green and gold before they ever came here.
The Oakland fan base is electric. They have the drums, the signs, the flags, just the best group of people.
And them taking that away from Oakland, it made me say, nah, we gotta have baseball still in our city.
The next chapter for Oakland baseball is going to be a team that's going to care about restoring the legacy of what baseball can mean in the East Bay.
It's the town, baby! Oakland Ballers.
You coming, baby? Oakland Ballers. Okay.
Oakland is ready for a new baseball team. Oakland needs a new baseball team.
We're going to have baseball here. We're not going to let anyone else dictate of what we can and can't have here in Oakland.
So what they trying to steal from us, we still have back. Baseball in Oakland, baby. 2024, the battle of the Bay, the real battle, the battle of Oakland. If they want to leave, hey, it's the end of an era. But anytime something ends, something begins.
Low together, high forever. Long as we go together, we'll die whenever. Be your light, couldn't let the darkness try you ever. Truth in my word, you I lie to never.
Mr. FAB, nobody better there. Yeah, you may have heard of the Pioneer League. If you've been around baseball for a long time, you certainly have. That league's been around forever, I think like since the 30s or something like that. Well, the Oakland Ballers, or the Bees, will be the very first team in the Pioneer League to be playing their home games on the West Coast. And first of many, because they're getting ready to expand. Now, we talked about the fact that Oakland may get an expansion team. I don't know that anybody expected this, but been in the works for just a minute, and you'll be able to hear the whole story here as we move along. Mike Shapiro, who's president of the PBL, says, launching our first club in Oakland underscores the PBL's spirit of innovation and commitment to providing the very best fan and player development experiences. The richly diverse Oakland community, with its historic baseball heritage, is a perfect first step for the PBL's expansion beyond its foundational roots in the Mountain West states. Now, you may know that they are in Wyoming, actually based in Colorado, but they do have teams in Wyoming and in Idaho and in Montana. And now, did I say Montana? Yeah, Montana, Billings and Missoula and Great Falls. And in Idaho, of course, Boise, where I spent some time not so long ago. Been actually to that ballpark up there to watch the Boise team play. Idaho Falls in the league, as well as Utah, Colorado. I think it's Ogden, Utah. Then Colorado's got Grand Junction and Fort Collins and Colorado Springs. And now get ready, because here comes Oakland. Can you believe that? Okay, so you're saying, all right, well, so you got a new team and it's a minor league team. Well, what does that mean? Couple of things. First of all, there is a Major League Baseball affiliation with the Pioneer League. You may remember that they contracted the minor leagues back about 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was 2021. They took the minor leagues that were like this and shrunk them down to this. That means less teams, but according to Major League Baseball, better quality players, better organizations, easier to develop players when they're not spread as thin. That was the idea. Of course, finances always have something to do with that. So get ready, because here comes the newly planned Pacific West Division in the PBL. And again, the first team in that league will be the Oakland Ballers, or the Bees. The club's co-founders, East Bay natives, Paul Friedman, Brian Carmel. We'll get those guys on to talk all about the league and all about the team. They were introduced, or will be introduced, depending upon when you see this, at a press conference. The mayor is involved as well, Mayor Sheng Tao, who we've been watching, of course, through this whole drama with the A's. And again, the aforementioned Mr. FAB, well-known Bay Area rapper, and the Ballers' name manager, who would be former Major League Baseball player and coach Micah Franklin. And we're not done yet, because you may have heard the name Don Wakawatsu. Don Wakamatsu, former baseball player, A's, notably made history as the first Asian American manager in MLB history during his tenure with the Seattle Mariners. Well, he has been appointed as the EVP, Executive Vice President of Baseball Operations for the Ballers. And then Franklin is joining the team. That would be Ray Franklin, who's joining the team. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Not Ray Franklin. Sorry about that. We're talking about Micah Franklin, who will be the A's. I said A's. The B's new manager, Don Wakamatsu, EVP of Operations, and I got to throw the name in there, Ray, somewhere. So it's Ray King, who I meant to tell you all about. Ray is going to be assuming the role of Ballers pitching coach. He, of course, is a former major league pitcher and coach as well. So there you go. As a proud Bay Area native, it's a tremendous honor for me to step into the role of manager of the Oakland Ballers. This opportunity is not just about baseball. It's about honoring the Bay Area baseball community and legacy. I'm honored to be part of the movement to prioritize fans, celebrate our unique culture, and build community together with the Oakland Ballers. I am dedicated to bringing a new era of championship baseball to the town. And that is Micah Franklin's quote going into all of this. Now, the Oakland Ballers will be known as the Bees, brand new professional team starting in the spring of 2024. And you're probably wondering, where are they going to play? The Coliseum? No. And we'll tell you about that in just a second. But I do need to let you know what's going on with our friends at FanDuel. They're making it easy for you to be a fan. National Football League, of course, in full swing. It doesn't get much better than the NFL, especially at this time of year. And as the games get more and more intense, you might as well be right in the middle of it all with a whole bunch of fun with FanDuel. You know, they've got the opportunity for you to get involved. And not only that, but to get involved and take advantage of a great deal. A $5 money line bet for a new customer. If you win that bet, you got $150 of bonus bets coming your way from FanDuel. It's their way of saying thanks and welcome aboard. And again, you'll be in time for all the fun with the NFL. Wide range of betting options. It includes, of course, the spreads and the player props, the overs and the unders. You'll have all of that at your disposal on an app that's so easy to download. Just grab that. And again, take advantage of the deal. It's there for you right now. FanDuel.com/lockedon, a $5 money line bet. If you win, you're a brand new customer, you get $150 in bonus bets. All that from FanDuel, official partner of the NFL. And don't forget, Locked On has launched its first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube. It's called Locked On Sports Today, and it's here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with local experts of Locked On, of course. That be shows like this one, plus the national shows that cover every league. Just go to Locked On Sports Today on YouTube and make sure that you subscribe there. It's the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming network. Well, yeah, you might have heard the big news. There's baseball in Oakland, and the way they're throwing it out there is, listen, they may have stolen baseball from Oakland, but we're stealing it back, and we're doing it in broad daylight. It's the Oakland Bees, a.k.a. the Ballers, the newest team in the Pioneer League, a league that's been around forever and is now expanding. This will be, of course, expansion to the West Coast. They've traditionally been in the mountain states, and now they're going to be playing on the West Coast. I almost said it again. You know, this is like when the A's moved to, when the Raiders moved to Vegas, and you'd be watching the games and you'd wonder, it's almost like a drinking game. How many times are the announcers going to say Oakland Raiders, right? It still happens every week. Get ready, because here comes more of the same. I know it's the Oakland Bees, but my brain wants to say Oakland A's. We're not giving up on the A's, by the way. We're still going to fight the fight and see what can happen there with Major League Baseball. But this is certainly shot fired. And, the main thing is going to be fun to know that no matter what, there's going to be Oakland baseball that's truly rooted in Oakland, not just an advertising slogan. It's real. Everybody involved from the East Bay, they've got their roots right there. And that's going to be the case with this team. Owned, managed, operated by people who are very familiar with the 510 and the 925. Okay. So where do they play their games? Well, the answer is Laney College. That's right. The Bees doing something the A's could never do, even though they announced they were going to. That's not the case for the Ballers, who will be playing their games at least at the beginning at Laney College, and then we'll see where it all goes from there. It's kind of neat to be able to see a team in the proper colors, rooted in the Bay Area, playing baseball in Oakland, and all of that's been taken care of. Again, Paul Friedman and Brian Carmel are the two people that are behind this, but they've got a ton of help. And that includes the mayor of Oakland. So I'm sure more from Shang Tao as we continue here. And as far as the team being able to meet its expenses and its day-to-day operation funding, know this, that they are starting off with already $2 million plus in seed funding, and they've gotten that from investors. And want to add this, anybody can be a part owner of the team by contributing to the initial fundraising. Now, we're going to get you a link so you'll be able to get hooked up here as the time goes by, but of course, breaking news today. So stay tuned to the channel as this thing rolls on. We'll let you know more and more as the story develops. But kind of like the Roots, you're able to own a piece of your team, which is very cool. I lived very early in my career. I moved away from the Bay Area, and one of my first radio jobs was actually in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And to this day, the Green Bay Packers are owned by the fans. That's kind of how it rolls there. And that's kind of how it's going to roll here with the Bees as well. Of course, merchandise will be available too. I do like the logo. It's very much familiar. Obviously, the colors are the right colors. And just to see that Old English B where we're used to seeing an Old English A, yeah, kind of neat. All right, so again, the breaking news for today, in case you missed it and in case you got completely lost when I was trying to run down the players that are involved. Sorry about that. The breaking news is that Oakland's getting baseball in the Pioneer League, first team in their West Coast expansion, coming out to the Pacific West Coast for the first time ever. This, of course, has been a league that's been involved in the Mountain States up until now. And now here they come, the Ballers, the first team that's going to be playing there, which means, of course, there'll be more. Can't wait to see how the rest of the division shakes out. There was a mention, you may have missed it in the video earlier, about the Battle of the Bay. So one can only wonder, right? We'll just have to wait and see who the other teams are. That will come in time. In the meantime, the big story again is that Oakland is stealing baseball back and happy to do it. So joining the other teams that are already in the league in Montana and in Utah and in Colorado and in Idaho. You can get all the details on the league if you're not familiar. You just want to get yourself familiar at pioneerleague.com. That's where all the information is. And again, this will be beginning in the 2024 season. So we're not going to have too long to wait to watch the Oakland Bees do their thing. And of course, we'll continue to let you know what's going on with that other team too. It's what we do. I hope you'll join us. If you haven't yet, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll know when a new episode is headed your way. And not only that, if you could give us the big thumbs up, we appreciate that. That's how we spread Locked On A's. Hit us up on Twitter or X if you want to. It's at Locked On A's. We'll have all the details for you as this story and the rest continue to develop here on a daily basis. That's right. It's Locked On A's, your team every day. My name's Wayne Coy. Till we get together again next time, you keep on swinging.